If you graph the American economy, it used to look like a D. Now it's starting to look like a K. And that one letter tells us all we need to know about what's going on in America. Okay, this is the D. As you get lower in income, the amount of people you have there should go down. And as you get up to the higher end of income, the amount of people you have there should go down. The majority belong in the median, which is the middle class, as we used to know it in the United States. And this is the K-shaped economy, where as you get down to the lowest number of money, you get more people, and as you get up to the highest level of wealth, you have more people. The median, the middle class, the middle amount of population have less money than before. That's actually not true. There's less people that have a medium amount of money. So what does that mean? What has changed, and what does it tell us about the current state of affairs and possible future state of affairs in the United States? What it means is that there is something causing a lesser amount of the middle class and more people either migrating to the lower class or to the upper class. And while my graph showed an equal distribution to either side, that is not the case in real life. Think about what the D on the graph could represent. It's a long story, but to give it to you briefly, right after World War II, when there was a prosperity boom, the highest wealth tax was at 96% of your money taken for every dollar made over $1 million of income. This meant that there was extremely little incentive to hoard wealth for yourself. So if you were a wealthy business owner and you made more than $1 million that year, every dollar you make afterwards, you're losing 96% of it. Well, so then what do? How do you make any money? How do you become wealthy? Simply put, you either paid your employees more, you invested into your business, or you gave your money to charity. Housing and financial assets became more important indicators of wealth and doing well. So what has changed in that time since post-World War II to now? The highest income bracket pays the least amount of taxes that they have in the past century. There are now more legal loopholes for extremely wealthy people with huge amounts of assets to then get liquid wealth from it, namely from loans taken on with their assets as collateral. This is where you see people like Elon Musk and others say that they take no salary and yet they're able to spend all this money all the time. They're putting up their assets as collateral. If their stock always keeps going up, they literally never have to pay it back because the collateral keeps growing more and more and the bank will keep giving them money as long as that keeps happening. And this tells you that in America, the middle class, the average person, is having their wealth extracted from them. If that trend is allowed to continue, then we are in for a very dire America, an oligarchy, which some already claim that it is. But we do know that the average person is going to have extremely limited social and economic mobility. There will essentially be a noble class again, a land-owning, non-titled noble class. What's one thing that we can do about it? We find a way to tax assets rather than income. Then, if we do that well, it would force wealthy people who have tried to do that loophole of collateral stocks or assets against the loan to then start taking an actual income. So maybe the better question isn't, is America doing better or is America growing? It's who's getting richer? Because an economy can grow while millions of people feel like they're going backwards. Of income.